Welcome to High School Sports on the Hartford Cable Network. I'm Don Morrison, along with my partner Rob Limpert. Rob, we are at Bel Air High School. Kind of coincidentally, Bel Air will be facing Patterson Mill for the championship of boys volleyball here in the fall. And as someone reminded me, it's actually for the state title.
Yes.
Because this is the only county that plays fall volleyball. So it's for the state championship.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the young men here like to say that. Being a former coach in Hartford County for many years way back, that was one thing that my team's always bragged about when we made it to this point, that you weren't only the Hartford County champion, you were the state champion. Some other systems do run men's volleyball, but they are spring offerings down in the southern part of the state.
Yeah, I'm always, we talk about this each time we do a match of volleyball, why more counties don't play boys volleyball, but it is what it is. And we're just happy that Hartford County began playing boys volleyball. Back in the Al Seski days, Mr. Seski brought it in along with many other sports, swimming, and many other sports, including lacrosse. And, nice.
There's a big fat head.
Well, is it proper to call a young man
a big head?
fat
How about
head?
that? Large head.
Large head.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, it is the Patterson Mill against Bel Air. These two teams are 13-1. Bel Air lost just one match, that to Hartford Tech. Patterson Mill 12-2. They lost their two matches during the year to Bel Air. Last night, this was a play-in kind of a tournament where they played Friday night, then they played last night being Monday night, this being a Tuesday. Patterson Mill barely surviving against Hartford Tech. They were down 12-7 in the fifth and final game, and they rallied to tie the score and win it by 15-13 to get in.
Yeah, it was a great comeback on the Patterson Mill team's part. I got the opportunity to see that final point that did give them the victory in 5 sets, 15-13. It was a great rally score between the two teams. The balls were back and forth, and Patterson Mill got the opportunity on a free ball, set up a really great pass to the strong side, and took total advantage of it and got the point and got the victory.
Obviously, if you're Bel Air, it's good to be playing on your home court. Not a whole lot of spectators here tonight, but you're familiar with the surroundings. You're used to the kind of bounces you might get or the way the ball flies in the air. So certainly that has to be an advantage.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Anytime you play at home, there's just the basic routines and the formalities that you're used to doing each day in and day out as a coach and as a team. That definitely lends itself to your advantage when you're playing in your home court.
There you see Andrew Kassoff, who is the assistant coach of the Bel Air Bobcats. The head coach, of course, Larry Shomos. Larry has been coaching for 27 years for the Bel Air Bobcats, and he is a force to be reckoned with, is Larry.
He is. He has been around for such a long time. I didn't realize that Larry's been around that long. I read the little email he sent us earlier today, and looking at that time frame and timetable, both Larry and myself started coaching opposite each other pretty much the same time. So he's really been a mainstay in men's volleyball here in Hartford County.
And think about this Bel Air team. They have not one player on the varsity this year who played varsity 2 years ago. Obviously, no one played last year because of COVID. So that 5 of their players never played organized volleyball whatsoever, and the other members of the team just played JV back in 2019. And to take a team without experience and to win as they have 13-1 and be here in this tournament championship, that says a lot for Larry Shomos and the Bel Air Bobcats.
It does. Again, Larry's been around for 27 years, and I can't remember a time when he did not have a quality team and a winning program. And he does an outstanding job of coaching with these young men and teaching them the game of volleyball and the love of the sport. And he just shows it each and every time he's on the court as well.
7 regular season titles and 8 tournament titles for the Bel Air Bobcats. We'll take a pause here and honor our country with our national anthem. all ready now for this championship match between Bel Air and Patterson Mill. Let's talk a little bit about Patterson Mill's coach, Rich Moyers. Folks who watch volleyball over the years know that Rich was a coach at C. Milton Wright for about a decade before coming over to Patterson Mill a couple of years ago. So it's good to see him back coaching and still coaching volleyball in the county.
Yeah, Rick's done a great job, too, in both places he's been. He went to C. Milton Wright and developed a winning program there that multiple years they made themselves county champions, and we're in the tournament championship a couple times. And since then, as Don said, he's come over to Patterson Mill and has obviously got the winning formula to have his Patterson Mill Huskies here tonight.
Well, let's see if we can, we didn't get a starting lineup from either team. They're being a little bit coy, I think, saying, no, we'll just see our starters when we put them out there. First of all, let's look at Bel Air. Bel Air's the team on your right as you're looking at this TV screen. They're the team in the dark blue with the white trim. And Patterson Mill dressed in the teal and black. And I guess maybe that's a little bit of silver in there.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're going to watch this as we get started. There are 5 sets, perhaps. 5 games making up the match. The last one, if it goes to that, if they're tied 2-2, would be just 15 points. Up to that point, it is a total of course, 25 points. Rally scoring, meaning that you can score anytime you get a point. You don't have to wait till you have the serve. We're underway, 3 times on the side, as you know, and that's the point for Patterson Mill as they get the kill. It looks like it might have been number 29 for Patterson Mill.
That was a great. He cut around the block that Bel Air had up, going hard angle, and cut that ball just in the line.
Adam Lingelbach with that first kill for Patterson Mill. And that's going to be 2-0.
Great first serve. Any of those times when the ball clips that net, it's still in play as long as it stays in. And that's a difficult ball. It's sort of like a changeup in baseball. The timing's thrown off.
That's Josh Shores, the junior, doing the serving. This time is out.
A little wide.
So that makes it now 2-1 as the Bel Air Bobcats have come back now. And again, serving is so important. Obviously, you get aces, but the big thing is to get it in play.
Yeah.
Here come the Bobcats now, looking to try to tie this match.
Tight set there. There should be a kill opportunity for Bel Air on that free ball.
Here comes the possible kill. That's going to be out.
A little wide, yep.
The kill attempt by Christian Couch. Christian leads his team in the kills. He is a 6'6" individual, just a sophomore. 3-1 now the lead for Patterson Mill. Couch again. This time he gets the kill.
He just hit right over top of that block, though. Patterson Mill tried to put up.
Christian Couch, an outside hitter, also one of the great servers on this team. Substitute coming in already for the Bel Air Bobcats.
I'm going to imagine that Bel Air is going to continually feed him that ball until Patterson Mill can stop him.
Cayuse Derby, number 31, into the game for Bel Air. Up over the net.
Yeah.
That's a legal play. He didn't touch the net, did he?
It's a nice save, correct.
7'11" and 5'8" inches, we're told, is the height of the net. A great play at the net.
Bel Air's being extremely aggressive on their net play tonight.
Oh, that's a nice little play. Going up, faking that right-hand kill. He got the left hand instead, Christian Couch.
Yeah, that set was a little bit to the outside. He made a great adjustment in the air and just used his left hand to tip it in.
Our first tie of the game, 3-3.
That's wide. See there, you saw the adjustment out of 37 out of Patterson Mill because of the block that was up there by Couch. He had to try to cut it. He tried to cut it too wide, and that's why the ball was out.
First lead for the Bobcats. That ball touches the net, and that is a good play. Back in the old days, it touched the net, and it was no good. They do get it back over. Nice save by the Bobcats. They're going to say that's an open hand. Is that the call?
Yeah, carry, double hit. The ball didn't come cleanly out on that set. There was a little bit too much spin.
5-3, the lead for the Bobcats.
Great deep serve there.
Here's Couch again with the kill.
Right off the block.
Oh, that young man has some size and some skill as well.
He's getting way up.
And here's the scary thing. He's a sophomore.
I saw that.
That's when you're the other team saying, would you care to transfer, perhaps?
Yes.
Here he comes again. Another kill.
A kill, and he hit that off the top of the net, and it still ended up coming in.
He's 6'6", great jumping ability. Said he's a basketball player, though he thinks he's going to give up basketball this year, serving in the net, as the Huskies now will get their 4th point. But he's going to give it up this year to concentrate on volleyball.
I could see that. I mean, his athletic ability, his size. I mean, able, as we already saw, to use either hand to attack the ball is pretty impressive, especially out of a sophomore. Oh, a little bit off on that one. Took something off and just put it into a giant hole that Patterson Mill had right in the middle.
Looks like that kill this time by KU's Derby, number 31. 8-4 the score, Bel Air leading. A little bit of a miss hit. Nice save. It was Couch who made that nice save for Bel Air. Now they're going to call a double hit.
Oh,
that's going to be a point for Bel Air. The Bobcats now lead by 9-4. A critical juncture. And here is Couch, not only a kill agent, but also a great server.
Wow.
That ball might have been long.
That was close. It's one of those, you almost want some help from your bench there, letting you know, having extra set of eyes. We got a timeout by Patterson Mill. Yeah,
Patterson Mill calling the timeout. They led this at 3-1, and since that point now, Bel Air has outscored them by what, 9-5, or 9-3 actually, for a 10-4 lead.
Yep, Patterson Mill didn't have really much of an answer, unfortunately, for Couch on the front line. Now they got him in the back row where he's serving. They got to get him out of that serving spot and see how we can handle it from there. They may still run 10 balls to him in the back, which would be interesting to see.
Well, he's a great server, too. That's a deadly combination when you get the guy who's your kill leader is also maybe your best server.
Yeah.
And with the kind of range he has, you see Larry Shomos there talking to his team. Larry, again, 27 years. He teaches phys ed at Magnolia Middle School and comes over here at Bel Air and coaches volleyball. He's just an intense kind of a guy.
He's very intense, yes.
You can see how he's got his team fired up. 7 regular season championships, 8 tournament championships, and you can be both or one or the other.
Correct. He'd like nothing more to be both again this year.
Especially with a team that comes in without any experience at all.
Yes.
Nice save there by Patterson Mill.
Oh, saying he was in the net. That was a close one.
Rob, explain that. What do they mean by in the net?
You can't touch the net at any point. Either playing the ball, if your body touches it, if your shoulder touches it, your foot goes underneath, you can slide it back. So you can't come into contact with the net with your body.
Cole Burkhardt on the serve for Patterson Mill. Got to go over.
And that didn't come out clean.
Again, you're talking about if it gets down in your palm, they're going to call that a double hit.
Yeah, the officials are going to look when the player goes to set the ball. If the ball comes out clean, there's no spin on it. But that ball comes out spinning, almost like that. They're going to call that a double hit because if it's coming out clean and simultaneously out of your hands, the ball's not going to spin.
Right at the net, neither team touching the net. Oh, what a great kill. Up and making that kill. That was a Yahoo's Derby.
Yeah. He's been extremely aggressive when he's on that front line as well. Cayuse
Derby, the junior, leading the team in blocks. Track star, basketball star, 4.5 GPA. You mean you can be an athlete and a student as well? Come on.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Going to see that. The majority of these boys are going to be like that.
This time attempting to go up and get the kill. A little bit far away was Couch that time. The point going over. 12-6 now.
That was what I was mentioning about them trying to run the 10 ball. They're going to set him out of the back row, and he needs to hit it in front of the red line if you're looking on the court that's closest to the net.
Will Pape with the serve, and he lets it go. Boy, that was a wise decision on the Bel Air Bobcats' part. We saw Patterson Mill hit the ball as it was going out. That time the Bobcats communicated, let it go out for the point. They're leading 13-6. First to 25 wins this game, this particular first game of the match.
Seeing a lot more opportunities out of Bel Air's side to get an attack ball or a kill attempt.
Patterson Mill's Sam Johnson, Rob, with the kill that time, left-hander. That's a bit of a change-up as well.
Yeah, your left-hander out of the weak side, which is opposite serving side, is a definite advantage. If you can get a lefty onto that side, and that's his strong side swinging.
Connor Hall in the ball game, number 24 for Patterson Mill. Coach Rich Moyer's trying to change it up. Nice dig out of there. Bob, you talked about that being tall like that, getting down is a little tougher.
It is. That was a great cut on that ball there.
Nice kill. That's by Will Pate.
Yeah. He was at a tough angle, and he cut that right around the antenna and in. Nice play on his part.
14-7 the score. Pate, a 4.1 GPA student. Lacrosse player, wants to play lacrosse at Wingate University next year. Also a basketball player. One of those rare 3-sport athletes.
Yeah, we're seeing less and less of that.
Into the net. 14-8.
It was a really good first pass. That set was a little deep, a little bit off the net. Made that hit for Ian a little difficult.
Pate, just not able to get across. Looked like that might sneak across, but it didn't. 15-8 to score. Bobcats now will send in their left-handed server, Sam Johnson.
It was a good hard serve there.
It was that. Here comes Couch. Oh, nice
Great
return.
dig there. Right back to him. Oh, they called the double hit on Bel Air.
Open hand, yeah. 15-9.
The up official's been consistent with that, which is, you know, as a coach, that's all you ask.
Yeah. Serving now Josh Shores. Can they save it?
Wow, that was a great play.
Oh, not quite. That was a great opportunity. Makes it 10-15 now. Patterson Mill coming back. Shores got 11 serve points on the year, 3 aces on the season. Here's Couch again. Oh my. Yeah, I don't want to be on the receiving end of that, Rob.
No, not at all. You know, Patterson Mill did a nice job of adjusting and shifting their defense to line up for Couch for the angle hit, and in that example, he took a peek and he just drove it right down the line.
It goes up and through the rafters.
Ooh.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, the officials did not see that. They're saying it didn't hit anything. I thought it did.
Now in this gym, of course, the gym is not built for, and that's out. The gym is not built. What are they saying? No, they said it was
Mill's
out.
calling, asking for the up official to ask for help to see if that ball that was in play touched anything in the rafters, a speaker, wires, anything that was there.
Now talking about that, if it touches something and still goes over the net, is it a dead ball?
It's a dead ball. If it touches anything and it comes back on your side and you still have a third hit, you can still play the ball. It looks like neither official caught that. From our angle, it looked like it did touch something up there, but the point is going to be awarded to Bel Air on the wide hit.
So it is 17-10 now, as you see on your screen. Oh, nice kill.
That was a nice kill.
Yeah, that's number 29 for Patterson Mill. That is Adam Lingelbach, his second kill of the day.
Yeah, Bel Air had a big hole there behind the double block.
Lingelbach will go back to serve now. 19 serve points, 2 aces on the year for Lingelbach. Just Couch again. Bit far away from the net.
Yeah, he had to take a little bit off that swing.
That's going to be out.
Long.
18-11.
Yeah, that hit by Lucas Cooper was a little long there. He needed to snap his wrist a little bit more to get some more downward trajectory.
Ian Irizarry to do the serving. Ian, a baseball player, wants to go to the Air Force after he graduates. Here's Couch. Oh my.
Again.
That's like, I want to be somewhere else when Mr. Couch goes up.
Yeah, Patterson Mill at this point really does not have an answer. They don't have the height opposite of him. So I would expect Moyer to make some changes here between the first and second game, try to just alignment-wise to put some more height up front to try to block.
Irizarry with the serve. Blocking at the net, but it's going to be Patterson Mill ball. And Patterson Mill point. Almost a nice play there by Cayuse Derby, but he couldn't get it back across the net. So the
Yeah, it was
point
one of those
goes.
examples where there wasn't enough on the ball that was hit, so it really just hit his hands and died.
A little confusion.
Miscommunication back there.
How do you communicate? Do you verbally communicate?
You
Or
have
just
to. Yeah, often when that ball's like right in between, you just got to call it, and when you call it, you got to take it. That was one of those where they looked like both looked at each other, we both went for it, but no one talked.
You and I being baseball coaches in our younger day, it's like the outfielders, you know, you have to communicate.
Correct. There's an example on Bel Air's side.
Nice kill.
Good, nice kill there.
Patterson Mill's number 25, Will Pape. Yeah,
it's the second time tonight he's cut that ball in a hard angle like that to get a kill.
37 kills and 20 blocks. Pape is the big man on this Patterson Mill team. Back to 2013 now. Number 25 is the game. You have to win 3 games, 3 out of 5.
Bel Air was in the net on that one.
2014.
31.
Cole Burkhardt now to serve. Cole, a senior. Nice set.
Yep.
No, they're going to
say it again.
Too deep.
Number 9, his shoulder just grazed the net. It was a tight pass. It was really tight into the net.
Can't touch the net. Can't. Can you go under the net at all?
As long as you don't touch it. So like your rear end can go underneath and you can bring it back.
Nice, nice save there.
2 nice saves.
Yep. That was Lingelbaum who made that save. Nice little dig. What's the call?
I think you're calling 25 touch to the net. Yeah, they're giving that point to Bel Air. I didn't see that. Normally you can see the net move, but the down official called it immediately.
21-15.
Oh.
Block at the net. Point goes to the Bobcats. 22-15. 3 points away from winning this first game. There's that left-handed
out of that weak side hitter. That's a great advantage to Bel Air if they have 2 lefties that run out of that weak side.
23-15 now.
Oh.
There's that left-handed kill attempt again.
Wow.
Oh, nice play.
Really nice play.
It was Sam Johnson, number 17.
There.
Oh, this was a great kill.
Weak side again.
Remember, he has 37 kills, leading his team on the year, 24 blocks. 23-16.
That's the 3rd time in this first game that he's cut a hard angle that Bel Air couldn't stop.
Dennis Klein, our up official. Chris Simmons is the official down official. The 2 line judges, Todd Bennett and Maria Gray. Johnson again. That ball was headed out.
Probably going long, yep.
Yeah. Boy, what a decision. You have to make it right away.
You have to make it. In some cases, when there's 2 players in that back row and that ball's coming like that, you rely on your teammate to be your eyes.
Game point. Bel Air Bobcat fans making some noise.
Bel Air can capitalize on this free ball. I would be
Johnson.
Wow.
That's a great volley at the net. Johnson. Great block at the net again. That's Pate. And a point, saving off.
They need to keep feeding Will Pape over there, that weak side.
Remember, they were down 12-7 last night against Tech in the last game of that match. Came back and won it 15-13, so they have the ability to come back. Down now by 7. Game point for Bel Air. Oh, great little
play.
dink. Oh, my.
Little dink right over the block. Right
Adam Lingelbach.
Hit it where they ain't. That's what happened there.
Willie Keeler for us baseball old timers. I wasn't around when he was playing in the 1890s. I just read about it, in case you're wondering.
I was not either.
World Series starts tonight, of course. Nice return. Nope. They'll carry again.
And out of there too, good.
24-19.
Patterson Mill's chipping away.
As Yogi would say, it ain't over till it's over.
That might have been out, but
might have been. Oh, great save. Little dink. Great dig. We're seeing some very good volleyball action here.
Love the fight that you're seeing here out of Patterson Mill.
Absolutely. And a kill.
Wow.
That is Lingelbach again making that kill. And just like that, it's 24-20. Can they come all the way back? Will Pape with the serve. Here's Johnson. And there it is. Johnson with the game-winning kill. Sam Johnson, the outside hitter, wants to go into accounting. So the final score of this first game, 25-20.
You know, and looking at the score, it was a very close game. The big difference, in my opinion, here was early serving mistakes on Patterson Mill's part, and Bel Air really capitalizing on free balls. That's that third ball that's not an attack ball that's just rolled over or bumped over that provides an offensive opportunity for the other team. They capitalized early and often with Couch in that first game, and it really gave them that momentum to hold on to that 25-20. Patterson Mill continued to battle back, and I think, you know, they're going to make some adjustments. I would not be surprised to see the next game even closer. As a coach, there were multiple things that I hope Rick picked up over there out of Patterson Mill. Will Pape, on the hard angle from weak side, he got 5 kills, all key points during that match to keep Patterson Mill in there. So either Bel Air's got to adjust to that hard angle, or I would imagine Patterson Mill's going to keep exploiting it.
Well, the Huskies were up 3-1 at one point, up 2-0 and 3-1. Bel Air caught them at 3-3, and then they went up eventually at one point 14-6. They were up by 8 points at that juncture. The Patterson Mill Huskies came back and made a game of it. They were down, remember, 23-15, so they were just about out of it, appeared. Came back all the way to 24-20 before the Bobcats were able to get that game point to win it. So in this, we've seen the stars so far coming out for the Bel Air Bobcats. Of course, their big 6'6" sophomore, Christian Couch, who did the job not only at the net, but also in serving.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He was a significant difference. You take him out of the first game, and we'd probably still be playing.
Yeah.
I mean, his offensive prowess on the front line, even his serving on the back line. I mean, he is a presence out there on the court and something to be reckoned with.
Rob, if you were the coach, Rich Moyers, what would you do? How would you counter the power of Couch?
Well, here's now where the chess match comes in as coaches. The home team always gets the opportunity to put in their lineup second, so they have to submit their lineup, and in some cases it is a chess match where you go power against power. And honestly, in this situation, I would take my 2 biggest players if I was Patterson Mill, run them both strong side and middle hitter opposite of Couch, so that you have some height to combat his hitting on that front row. The disadvantage for Patterson Mill is then there's the trade-off where you're going to lose your 2 big hitters out of that situation. So then you have to hope for the other players on that court to step up when Couch is on that backside where he's in the defensive position, and Bel Air has less size up front and less offense. So in a case like that, that's how I would approach it. You know, if I was the Patterson Mill coach, I would probably have, I would probably run Cole Burkhart up front with Will Pape side by side opposite Couch, if I could.
Here we go, the second game of this match. Again, it is a best 3 out of 5. As you know, this is a regular season. We said Bel Air came in at 13-1, 12-2 Patterson Mill, but then they had to play in a round-robin playoff to get into the finals. Patterson Mill defeating Harper Tech last night on a Monday night, this being a Tuesday, in 3 sets, 15-13 that last set, winning 3-2. Bel Air Bobcats, a little bit of an easier time. They sort of waltzed into the finals here. Patterson Mill coming in, looking to try to upset the school that is their parent school. Of course,
Yes.
Patterson Mill born in 2005.
Just a mile plus down the road.
Yeah. And just like that, it's 1-0 Bobcats. That's what you don't want to see happen.
Correct.
Bobcats now will serve.
Oh,
and a miss.
They tried to run a one ball. That was just a bit high.
That's when you go up and you try to stay up in the air. Didn't
Correct.
quite work.
It was a great pass to do that. The timing on the middle hitter was right there. That set was just a tad high.
Will Pake now, the outstanding server for Patterson Mill. You want nobody else but him there if you have a choice. There's Couch.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I mean, in a situation like that, Patterson Mill, if you could see that play if you watch it, they didn't even set him up a blocker. So someone 6'7" on an approach on a perfect set, it's unstoppable.
6'6", 6'7" as a sophomore. I asked him before, are we looking at 7 foot? And he said, yeah. Nice block at the net.
There we go. That's what they need to do.
Oh, nice block at the net. Over the net, though. And he's into there.
13 was in the net from Bel Air.
They're saying that the Bel Air Bobcats were in the net. Zach Ray. So the point goes to Patterson Mill. They're tied now at 2-2.
Oh.
Oh, Couch.
Wow.
Not only is he a great hitter, but he's smart. He went up like he was going to slam it right-handed, just sort of ticked it over with the left hand.
That was an interpretation call there because that ball almost came set on his hand.
Oh, good point. Yeah, that could have been, as you said, a call.
Rick Moyer was trying to get that call, and Larry was debating it, obviously.
Now this hits. Now the ball is still alive.
Ball is still alive. It's a shame because Patterson Mill had 3 players in position to play that ball.
Obviously, if you're playing in a court made for volleyball, the ceiling is much, much higher.
Yes.
This is an all-purpose court. Normally it's okay, but sometimes you get that high ball that goes into the rafters. 4-2 the score as you see. Oh, nice block at the net. Looks like, yeah, number 37, Cole Burkhardt.
Great
Burkhardt,
block there.
a 4.4 GPA student. That time comes up big for his team. Pulls them within 1 at 4-3.
And it looks like on the rotation that Rick's got in here for Patterson Mill, he's in that strong side slot right now, which would put him opposite Christian Couch, which is a great strategic play to try to put one of your better blockers against one of their better hitters.
Oh, nice
There it
kill.
is.
Looked like 37 again. Yeah, that's Cole Burkhardt with the kill. So now we have a tie score. Our second tie here of the second game.
Oof.
The ooh meaning almost a carry.
Yeah. Second ball coming out of their hands spinning like that. Right on cue, called it.
So Bobcats take the lead.
Yeah, it's a relatively easy call, especially the up official can see that ball. It's right in his line of sight. And if it's spinning at all, it didn't come out clean. First hit ball can do that. It's just that set ball can't.
Great try there.
Great try by Bel Air.
Yep. Tied again, 5-5. It's our third tie here of the second game. Sam Lever now going back to serve. Sam has 15 service points on the year, 3 aces.
It's a nice floater on that serve he had. Sort of like a knuckleball in baseball.
Johnson went with the two-handed return.
Oh.
At the net, not able to get it over.
Yeah, Will tried to cut it really hard angle there and just pulled it in too tight.
6-5, the Bobcats taking that 1-point lead again. Send back Cayuse Derby to serve. Derby, a junior. Johnson.
Great take.
Seen a lot of great action here tonight.
Oh.
Went up left-handed, instead hit it right-handed. That was Ian Irizarry.
That was off the blocker there.
Point goes to Patterson Mill. We have another tie.
Yeah, Cayuse Derby tried to play that one. That was a good ball. That would have been in even if he didn't play it.
We've been tied at 1, we've been tied at 2, we've been tied at 4, we've been tied at 5, and we've been tied at 6. Cole Burkhart. Burkhart serving from that far left-hand corner. Johnson, great block at the net.
There it is again.
Patterson Mill taking the lead.
When you have an official that calls that second set ball as tight as we're hearing tonight, that can really take a team out of their offense and their rhythm, especially as a setter.
That's our first lead, and that's
It
in.
looked like it was right on the line.
A 2-point lead.
Yeah, when they're
Patterson
calling a
Mill.
tight ball like that, Don, what'll end up happening is your setter's going to second guess every time they go to set the ball, and they're not going to hit that consistent point where they're used to playing the ball all season.
First lead of the second game for Patterson Mill. They're up by 2 now. Here's Johnson. Got to go over, and does.
Nice dig.
Here comes Johnson at the net.
Right.
Oh, great return by Couch. Johnson with the kill.
Yeah,
Bobcats,
Patterson Mill.
Go ahead, Rob, I'm sorry.
Trying to see what they're calling here. If they call it outside the antenna? No.
Yeah, point for the Bobcats, 8-7. Lead for Patterson Mill. That could have been out. Well, that decision. It's
You're
so
not
hard
hearing
to
that
make.
communication on Patterson Mill's part on that back row.
Here's Couch. Oh, the little. That's just not fair.
Nope. And he goes up and does that.
Yeah.
Freezes everybody.
8-8. When I say that, it's like that changeup in baseball.
Yes.
Rob and I being baseball coaches going way back. Throw me the fastball. Just don't do that little changeup. Okay, there's the fastball. You want a fastball?
That's what there it is.
How's that one? Bobcats take the lead now, 9-8.
There
Lets it go.
Finally let it go.
Yeah. I don't think, did he actually just miss it or decided at the last moment to let it go?
I think he decided at the last minute, realizing where he was and where that ball was, in relationship onto his body.
That is our 7th tie of the second game.
Connor Hall for the serve for Patterson Mill.
Here's Couch. A little bit far away that time, and he's out.
Yeah, he was way off the net. That set was off the net, and it was at a bad angle. He didn't have much to do with that. He should have taken a little bit off and just made Patterson Mill make a play.
Huskies with their second lead here in the second game. Oh, that was long.
Yeah.
But
you heard the
instead,
communication. That's what I mentioned earlier. If you look at where Bel Air's positioned on the court, their entire bench is in line with the end line, and I could hear them over where we are, which is completely opposite. They were calling it out. The player just reacted.
Connor Hall. Track star as well is Connor. Here's Couch. That's out. So suddenly a 3-point lead for Patterson Mill.
Yep.
Well, and you as the underdog, which they are, you begin to believe.
Oh, absolutely.
You can
Especially
hang
with the
with them.
comeback they had last game, coming back within 5.
Hall done a great job serving.
There's the
go.
communication. They listened that time.
Yeah. Almost. You could see Zach Ray said, should I? No, I'll let it go.
Some coaches would question the ethics of having your bench, who's not in the game, calling that play in or out, but it's a team sport. They're all part of the team.
Jonathan Drum with the serve. Couch with the set.
That came out of there.
And down to the hands. 13-10, a 3-point lead for Patterson Mill. And that puts Pate back as the server. He's the leading server on this team. 32 service points, 12 aces on the year. Here's Couch. Nope.
You're starting to see the second ball coming out of their hands, and the official calling it as tight as he is tonight. It is starting to impact both team setters. The last play, the Bel Air that set the Couch, you could tell that setter was being much more deliberate on getting the ball out quick and push the set off the net.
Here's Zary with the
same
serve.
thing with Patterson Mill.
Couch. Seems like he's hitting the ball farther away from the net.
Yeah, the sets have not been tight for him, which is someone that size where you want it to be.
Block at the net. Beautiful block. And a kill.
There it was.
Patterson Mill is playing great volleyball here in the second.
It was Sam Lever got that kill for Patterson Mill.
Yeah. Sam Lieber has 2 kills on the year coming in only. Big one there.
Hit the end counter. That's out of play.
Out of play, another point. Biggest lead of the night, 15-11 for Patterson Mill.
Yeah, I think the tight officiating on that second pass ball is definitely getting into the head of the Bel Air setter right now.
Well, that's a nice set. Whew.
Wow.
Great dig.
Oh.
Bobcats with the point. 15-12. It's been an exciting second game here.
It was. Cole Burkhart got a little piece of that, and just enough that it deflected out of bounds. The rest of the team couldn't get to it.
Here's Couch, the kill leader for his team. He does just about everything for him. Oh, great kill.
Wow.
What a save.
Oh.
But they can't get it over. That was Couch with the save. Point goes to Patterson Mill, up by 4 again. 16-12. Adam Lingelbach back to serve.
Lucas Cooper just checked in for Patterson Mill.
One of the larger players on the team. They let it go at the last moment. Woo. Wise decision. 16-13. We were tied at 9, but then Patterson Mill went off into a 3-point lead, eventually being up by 4 points. Now they have that 3-point lead. There's a nice set.
Yeah, it was really one.
Nice dink. Good dig.
Great save there.
Out.
Wide. Cut it too hard.
16-14. Bobcats coming back.
Yeah, that was a good play all the way around there. Cole Burkhart adjusted in the air around the double block, but Bel Air, he didn't really have anything to do.
Again, a ball that could have been out. Instead, they tried to hit it back. Down, up by just 1 point now, Patterson Mill at 16-15. Zach Ray doing the serving. Baseball player wants to go into kinesiology. Can't even spell it. I don't even know what it is. I think I know.
Something with the body, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Wants to eventually be a physical therapist. A nice block at the net.
That was a beautiful double block from Bel Air.
Yeah. Give credit to number 9. That's Jonathan Drum. Up and made that block. We're tied again at 16. First tie we've had since they were tied at 9. Oh, great kill.
Great kill there.
That's Sam Lieber up to make that kill. Sam will go back to serve now as the Huskies go back on top, 17-16. Johnson gets it over. That's going to be almost out. That was close, wasn't it? Oh, what a dig!
Oh, the dig by Will Tate.
What a play, Tate. 18-16.
Right over top of the double block there.
That takes such a nice touch to be able to get it, as you said, over the double block.
And the worst is as a blocker, you're helpless on that, as that's just floating over your fingertips.
Yeah. Nice little
tight
play at the net. It's going to be point Patterson Mill.
Yep.
Boy, they did a great job staying out of the net that time.
They did.
19-16, back up by 3. Sam Lieber.
Timeout Bel Air.
Timeout for the Bobcats. Coach Chomos wants to talk to his team. Rob, I think you're right. That comeback that Patterson Mill made in the first game, of course, it didn't help them because they lost it 25-20, but they were down big. They came back, proved they could play against the Bel Air Bobcats.
Yeah, absolutely. And in this game, they came out and right away, even with Bel Air's big hitter up front, Christian Couch. Patterson Mill hung with them point for point, and they've taken advantage of when he's on the backside and he's in the back row in a passing position. Bel Air has less height and seems to be less aggressive players trying to get the kills up front. Patterson Mill has taken complete and total advantage of that. They've also adjusted and have really worked well in getting blocks up against Bel Air's hitters, which have made them alter it. And again, as I mentioned earlier in our telecast, that up official calling that second set ball as tight as he is tonight has impacted both setters. Right now, we're seeing the Patterson Mill setters adjusted a little bit better than the Bel Air setter. The sets are still coming out clean, but I've noticed less accuracy on that set out of number 9 from Bel Air, Jonathan Drum.
And Bob, you're not criticizing the official. You're just saying that is the way he's calling the game.
That's the way he's calling the game, just like an umpire strike zone.
Yeah,
you know, it's supposed to be 17 inches, sometimes 19, sometimes 15.
Sometimes he likes the low strike, sometimes he likes the high strike.
Yes.
Oh, and it goes over.
That was a beautiful
Oh,
save.
a great
My
return.
gosh.
Good job by the Bel Air Bobcats. 31, Cayuse Derby. It looked like everybody had given up on that ball, but Derby made the diving dig and got it across.
That was nothing but reaction.
Beautiful, 19-17.
That was a huge point, too. You never want to get down. That 20 mark's always that magic number as a coach.
Jalen Johnson with the serve. Jalen, the lefty serve, and he
Long.
serves it long. 2017, 5 points away from tying this at 1 game apiece. Cole Burkhart. Johnson, block at the net.
Block, but it was out.
Point goes to Bel Air, 2018 now. There's Johnson with the serve, the lefty server. Ball just has a different spin of that left-hander. Time Pape with a little dink. Couch. Hits the, and that can go over now. They got one more time to get it over. And they do.
There it was.
Same call again.
You can see it.
Too deep. 21-18. Huskies 4 points away from evening this match.
We got 22 checking in for Bel Air. Connor Hall.
Yeah, for the Patterson Mill Huskies.
Back to serve.
Yeah, Hall is going to serve. Hall 6 kills and 2 aces on the year.
Oh.
It's out. Well, that's tough coming off the bench and being serving.
Yeah.
21-19. Bobcats now looking to try to get back in this game. Down by 2. Good set, Couch. What's the call? They're saying in the net.
Somebody was under the net.
Going to go against Patterson Mill.
Yeah.
21-20. Chris Simmons from that far side making that call.
I couldn't see the number he flashed up.
21-20.
Nice back set.
Oh, great.
Real nice back set. That throws everyone on Bel Air's side. They were looking for the weak side set all the way across the court, and it was a beautiful back set to strong side.
Lingelbach with that. 22-20 now. 3 points away from tying this match. This is Pape.
Tight. Oh, there it was again.
Just a little
one
high.
ball again.
Whoa, 23-20. Now within 2 points of eating it up. You could have somebody
Timeout
serving.
here for Bel Air.
Second timeout. How many timeouts do you get a game?
You get 2 per game.
That was his second.
Yep.
25-20.
That was a good timeout by Larry. He needs to get his boys back. It's a critical point. If they get the point here, it's 23-21. It's still very, within the range of coming back pretty easily. If they don't get that point, 24-20, that's a tough situation.
Will Pape, one of the seniors on this team, senior captain. Pape is a lacrosse player. Wants to go to Wingate University. Plays basketball also here at Patterson Mill. 4.1 GPA student. 14 digs on the year, 22 assists, 37 kills, 20 blocks, 32 service points, 12 aces, and he's serving.
Yes, solid player all the way around.
Yep.
I would fully anticipate Bel Air trying to get that ball to number 23, Christian Couch, out of the strong side here. Look for a good clean pass, and then that set's going to be going strong side's my prediction.
23-20. Remember, Patterson Mill lost both times they played Bel Air back in the regular season. Just a mishit at the worst possible time for Pape, making it 23-21 in the ball game for the Bobcats. That's Cayuse Derby, one of their big players.
Wow, that one really was bad coming out of there. That one wasn't a question mark. That came out spinning like a top.
23-22. Bobcats looking to tie it up. No, short on the serve. Now within a point of game point.
And again, it is a 25. However, teams do need to win by 1. Or excuse me, by 2.
By 2, yeah. Bobcats trying to stay alive.
Out.
Out! The win for the Patterson Mill Huskies. They win the second game, 25-22. We're all tied at 1 apiece. Well, we're short of going at least 4 games.
Absolutely. Wouldn't expect anything different. Both times they played each other during the regular season, they were Bel Air victories 3-1. So why wouldn't it be something different here tonight?
25-22 or 25-20, I should say. The first game, the Bel Air Bobcats. Second game, 25-22 for Patterson Mill. What a game that was. We had 9 ties. Our last tie was at 16-16. Patterson Mill, though, got within, I should say Bel Air got within 1 point at 21-20. And then the Patterson Mill Huskies were able to come back, lead by 23-22, and then got the last 2 points, winning it by 25-22.
Big adjustments there on Patterson Mill, both with positioning the block, being more aggressive on the third hit ball, opposed to just sending free balls over to Bel Air. And you saw the adjustment out of Bel Air setter, or excuse me, out of Patterson Mill setter. Again, both teams were pretty consistently being called by that spinning ball or double hit ball on that set. However, it appeared, at least in that second game, that Patterson Mill's setter made the adjustments. Jonathan Drum from Bel Air was definitely having difficult times making that adjustment. His sets were a little further off the net, which his hitters were having to adjust to, which they did a nice job of adjusting. The difference was they had to take something off the hit. And when they were taking a little bit of velocity off that hit is where we were seeing Patterson Mill able to adjust defensively and getting a good pass and then starting their offense.
So if you're Patterson Mill now, you proved in that first set, that first game, that you could hang with Bel Air. And then in the second time, you took a lead, got yourself tied 8 different times, but then you persevered, kept your head about yourself, and were able to win that second game. So now you go to the third game. If you're Bel Air, you try to get the momentum back. If you're Patterson Mill, you just try to extend what you've been doing so far.
Yeah, that's a great there. I mean, you hit right on that, Don. They lost that first game, but Patterson Mill had some momentum. They chipped away. They got back into that first game. Again, made it a respectable 25-20. That second game, they carried that momentum, even though they lost that first game, into the second and really rode that throughout that game. Rick made some nice adjustments defensively, repositioning his lineup. Again, it wasn't strength on strength, but it definitely made Bel Air have to alter their offensive game.
Well, I'm really impressed with the Patterson Mill students who came over here the long trip, about, 2 miles, but they're standing. Yeah. They haven't sat down the entire time. They're here to support their team.
Absolutely.
Obviously, if you're the little guy, you're the little brother, as Patterson Mill is, born out of Bel Air High School, nothing better to come to Bel Air, the team that beat you during the regular season, and win the tournament and get a share of the title. You winning the tournament, they winning the regular season. Bobcats now, they need to take control early on here to, again, reestablish themselves as the big guys on the block. Don't forget, this team, Bel Air, has no player on the team that ever played varsity before this year. That's hard to believe.
It really is. It really is.
You've got that kind of success without any varsity experience. Don't forget, in 2020, nobody played.
Correct.
Because of COVID. But so going back to their sophomore year, those who played for Bel Air were on the JV.
And both teams and both coaches and, the school and the families are to be commended that both teams got the full regular season in, getting in all 14 games. COVID definitely had impact throughout the fall athletics here in Hartford County, with multiple teams having to were unable to participate in games, other teams having to forfeit, multiple rescheduling, adjustments of students from varsity to JV. So for both teams to get in their full regular season and have their full squad here tonight, everyone needs to be commended.
And here we go, game 3. Sam Johnson with the serve for the Bobcats. Got to go over, and it doesn't. Miscommunication. Just like that, the Bobcats take a 1-0 lead. Johnson. That left-handed serve. Good shot by Jalen Johnson. That was Couch.
Yeah.
2-0.
Again, he's looking a little more timid. I'm not sure what's going on. If it's because the sets are a little further off. But as big as he is, I'm surprised he's not swinging harder.
At the net. Good job, Couch. Got to keep it up.
Ooh, that's
Did
going
it go
to
over the
Patterson
net?
Mill.
Patterson Mill ball.
Yep, number 9, when he went up on the block, he touched the top of the net.
I don't think that ball was going to get over.
I don't think
he
it was
could have,
either.
Allowed it.
That's so difficult. As a front row player, you want to just smash it down.
Boy, big point for Patterson Mill. Here's Couch.
Oh.
Not able to get the ball across that time. It looked like Josh Shores was trying to set it.
Yeah, it was a little higher on him than he thought, so he wasn't really able to get under the ball and get a good push underneath it. Beautiful set.
Oh, great
Beautiful
kill.
set.
Good job. That's 37. That's Burkhart. Cole Burkhart.
He pounded that one right down the line. Bel Air had no one there defensively.
2-3 now. Bobcats with a 1-point lead. Lingelbach getting set to serve. Lingelbach, a junior. 19 service points on the year. 2 aces. Officials conferring. Chris Simmons and Dennis Klein. Dennis Klein, the up official. There you see them talking. Not sure what that was all about. We don't have a...
I believe it's our cameraman. It is.
Moving the cameraman
They're asking
back.
the cameraman to back up the camera angle a little bit.
And Tom obliges. Yeah. You know,
I was
Tom is
wondering,
here to
I saw
serve.
them looking in that direction.
Not sure if that was Larry Somos, the Bel Air coach who made the appeal. Oh, miscommunication. We're tied.
Absolutely.
3-3.
Yeah, Bel Air's setter, number 9, had to play that ball, Jonathan Drum. And when you run a single setter on your offense, which Bel Air does, they run a 5-1 offense. If he makes that first pass, someone else has to step up and set, and no one did.
Jalen Johnson with the dig. Here's Couch at the net. Couch with the
Beautiful
save.
block.
Good job by Bel Air. Well, Couch is not just a big hitter. He's a player. That's in.
That's in.
The call is in. Todd Bennett said it hit the line. This is one of the sports when it hits the line, it's in.
Correct. Yeah, and that's, on those balls that you don't have an opportunity for a kill opportunity, you want to send it deep into the court to make the team step back and set up their entire offense.
First lead for Patterson Mill. At the net. Great block. Who got that block? It looks like
number 26.
Yeah, that's Lucas Cooper.
Yep.
Lucas Cooper, the senior. What a great block at the net. It's a 2-point lead for Patterson Mill.
Really tight on the net there. Great job of staying out of it on Bel Air's part. Except around that one, they got the net.
In the net.
Saying number 12.
So they put up 6-3. Yeah, they gave that point to Patterson Mill. Their biggest lead here of this game, 6-3. Couch.
Oh,
what a great play by Couch.
That was a beautiful play there by number 28. Josh Shores pancaked that ball, got his hand just underneath it before it hit the court. Popped it up, but unfortunately no one from Patterson Mill was able to get into position to play it.
Couch with that sort of a running hit that time. Block at the net.
Yeah, I wasn't sure on that one. I thought Patterson Mill was into the net, but I wasn't positive. So his body came into the net underneath.
6-5, the 1-point lead now for Patterson Mill.
And
in. The decision is made to let it go, and it's in, and we're tied again. Our second tie. We were tied at 3, now we're tied at 6. Ian Irizarry with the serve. Whew. Great
huge block there from Bel Air. They had the double block up, over the net, penetrating, and block.
Cayuse Dirty, number 31. It's a lead for the Bobcats now, their second lead here of this second and third game. Timeout on the court. We're seeing a lot of great volleyball, not only just close volleyball, but great volleyball.
Absolutely. I mean, these are two very evenly matched teams, as we're seeing both of the scores of the first and the second game. Phenomenal athletes on both sides.
Great picture there of Mr. Bennett with his new, what you call that, like a scruffy beard thing?
Yeah, sure.
Looking nice. If I could grow hair, I probably would, you know, just anywhere, looking good. Hey, by the way, during this timeout, the assistant coach for Patterson Mill came over and talked to the students from Patterson Mill not to sit down and be quiet. Step up, make some noise.
Wants
Get
everyone to
behind
know,
your
let
team.
them know they're here.
I don't think I've seen that with a coach coming over to
No.
the student body all the way across the court and saying, you know, support us, help us.
Get them going. Get them keep.
Well, it's a
Let them
7-6
feed off some of
lead.
that energy.
Absolutely. Ian Irizarry, a baseball player headed to the Air Force after graduation, getting ready to serve. Here's Couch.
Again, he wasn't aggressive on that swing.
That's going to be out.
And out.
2-point lead now for the Bobcats.
Yeah. You remember a couple points ago, Cole Burkhardt on that strong side drove the ball down the line. That set was a little behind him, so he had to do what he could, and he just tried to tip it around him.
Oh, great block.
Great block. And great defensive play.
Right at the net. Who's in?
Getting real tight. That set was really tight on the net. Cole tried. There wasn't much he could do with that.
Point goes to Patterson Mill. They're back within one at 8-7.
Two great athletic plays by Cole Burkhardt there. Unfortunately, just the set wasn't where it needed to be. There's the one ball.
Oh, my.
That was what he'd been trying to do most of the night.
Oh, you know, that's just, you have no defense at that.
There isn't.
It's called duck and cover.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I'm going to do.
If
Just
you're able
get
to
out
run
of
a
the way.
clean one ball like that, it's 95% it's going to be a point.
Good volley here. Johnson.
Oh, and in.
It's in. Johnson hit that sort of the back of his left hand, got it over.
He got that spin on it, and it was going to be close. It just cut in.
10-7 now. A 3-point lead for the Bobcats. Now Couch with the serve.
Whew. Nice save.
Great save by Patterson Mill. Another great save by Patterson Mill.
Oh. That grunt was, I didn't fully agree with that call. That's what that was. I would have let that one go.
Calling it the open hand, the carry. 11-7, it's a 4-point lead for the Bobcats. Johnson. Great dig by Patterson Mill. Pate.
Tried the dink, but the blocker adjusted.
Oh!
And that block got caught up in it because there was no velocity on that hit, so it just hit the block and stalled.
Cyrus Derby has really come in and done a great job, number 31 for the Bobcats. That could have been long. Big point in the game here for Patterson Mill.
In the net. 31.
Yep, that's Derby, the young man we just talked about. So the point goes to Patterson Mill.
It looked like his chest just grazed the underside of the bottom half of the net.
I was talking to some of the players beforehand, and they said basketball players are used to jumping into the net or jumping forward.
Yes.
You know, a volleyball player has to jump straight up.
Correct. It's very difficult to teach that adjustment to a basketball player.
Point goes to the Bobcats. They now lead by 5. Remember, Patterson Mill had a 3-goal lead earlier, a 3-point lead early. A great save.
Oh.
And a great point. That's Derby again.
I don't think Patterson Mill expected it to come back that quick. You could tell they were all caught flat foot looking at each other when that ball came over.
Give a lot of credit to Jonathan Drum. He kept that ball alive. 14-8. It's a big lead now for the Bobcats, a 6-point lead.
Tried to run a 10 ball there on Patterson Mill's side, but I don't think anyone was ready for it.
Johnson.
I don't know if that one went over. I don't think that was 4 hits.
That's in. Nope. Yeah, it is in. Good job by the official right on the spot.
And what I mentioned about the 4th hit is on that spike attempt on Bel Air's side. I don't believe it ever cleared the net. there was blockers up there, and it's so fast that sometimes an official will miss that.
Connor Hall. Here's Johnson. Block at the net. Got to go over, and does. Here's Johnson. Oh, great block at the net.
Oh. Saying Kai Sturby again was in the net. I didn't see that one.
I didn't either, yeah. The point goes to Patterson Mill. 14-10. It's a good thing about having, 4 officials. Oh, miss hit. You feel badly, for someone as a server because everything is looking at you, and when you make a mistake, sort of like that lineman who gets called his number only when he holds.
Correct.
Or you miss your block and the quarterback gets flattened.
Yeah, they point you out on those ones.
Oh, absolutely. Replay. Here's Jalen Johnson with the serve.
A lefty again. Bel Air's got a couple lefties.
16-10 now, matching their biggest lead. They were up 14-8 a moment ago. Nice little
that one out. That was really close.
Wow.
We had 2 officials. There was a line official and the down official were both there in agreement.
It's always good when the officials agree with one another.
Yes.
17-10, his biggest lead of the night in his 3rd game for the Bobcats. Johnson. It's not going to go over. 18-10. Danger time.
Yeah, and Rick Moyer used the timeout early if we look back to it. He's only has 1 left.
Jalen Johnson.
It's long.
Well, and he comes very close to being on that line when he serves.
Yes.
Finally, a point for the Huskies as they break that scheme.
Yeah, one of their better servers, Will Papak.
They need a run right here. Remember the first game they came back. Good set by Pape. Sam Johnson with a great save there for the Bobcats.
Actually, my chuckle was at Coach Jomos because he was at the arms stretched. You got to be kidding call, and he got it.
He got it.
Great serve.
Out. Again, that left-handed serve with a different sort of a spin on the ball.
Yeah, the angle he was hit that at really was not much Patterson Mill Will Pape could do with that one.
20-11. Big 9-point lead for the Bobcats. Block at the net. Good job by Ian Irizarry.
See if Bel Air can run a play out of this.
Here's Couch.
Yep. Yeah, I had a feeling when that ball was rolled over by Patterson Mill and Jalen Johnson got in the perfect spot to make a pass, and he made a beautiful pass to the center.
Timeout. That's the 2nd timeout by Rich Moyers. Again, if you're on the defensive side and you see Mr. Couch go up near the net, it's like, I want to be somewhere else. Can I call in sick?
Yeah, Patterson Mill early in the match had their blockers rotated opposite of him, so that probably is what Rick's trying to tell his front row guys right now, to adjust over, knowing that Christian's on strong side. Bel Air's feeding him out of that, is to adjust his front row and shift him a little bit. Make someone else on Bel Air beat you at this point.
You saw Larry Chomos a moment ago talking to his team, and now you're seeing Rich Moyers talking to his team. You can see the intensity that this young man, Larry Chomos, has.
Oh, yes.
He just loves the game. He loves to coach. His players love him because they know that he's got their back.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you look at the success. And again, I keep going back to the fact that he has a brand new team, a team with no varsity experience whatsoever. And you figure, okay, this is a building year. Yeah, well, it helps to have somebody like Christian Church on your team.
Yes.
A sophomore that the rest of the league is going to have to put up with for the next 2 years. But it's also just his ability to coach and build a team.
Oh, absolutely.
And Rich Moyer's coming over to Patterson Mill after being so long at C. Milton Wright. Built a program there as well. Let's see if Couch.
Yep.
Make it 22-11.
Yeah, you just keep feeding him the ball until someone can stop him. As a setter, as a coach, that's what you have to say. If I was Coach Larry over there, it's like just keep giving it to him. Make Bel Air stop him. Or Patterson Mill stop him, I'm sorry.
23-11. it looks like the Bobcats are sort of having their way here now in the latter part of this third game.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen a little bit of questioning on the Huskies' part.
Yeah. That's out. 24-11 game point coming up for the Bobcats. Look to try to take a 2-1 lead. Johnson trying to serve out.
Good pass by Pape. Oh.
Didn't get over. That's the game.
Yeah, that set was...
So 25-11, the Bobcats take game 3. They up now 2-1. That game, now, if you can imagine, this game was tied at 6. In fact, the Huskies had a 6-3 lead at one point, and then the Bobcats just began to assert themselves. They took a 7-6 lead and never trailed from that point, led by as many as you see that final 14 points to win the game.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the most dominant of our 3 games here. Bel Air really in all facets of the game there. Their passing, their setting, their hits. Again, early in that match, they took a little bit off. Their setter has adjusted to that double hit ball that was being called. I think we only saw 1 or 2 this game, opposed to the prior 2 where we saw multiple calls against them. So he's made the adjustment, and that can be difficult as a setter to make that adjustment. Patterson Mill struggled with it throughout.
You see some of the fans here, and we talked about the Patterson Mill fans standing, the Bel Air Bobcat fans getting into it as well, doing some foot stomping and some cheering. Obviously, as a volleyball player, it has to help getting the sort of adrenaline flowing.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got volleyball, not one of our bigger sports in the county. It's nice to get the fans in during the regular season. Oftentimes, as a coach and having former players, you would look up at the stands and there was mom and dad, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Obviously to the point that this is of the tournament and 2 teams that know each other as well as they do.
Yeah.
A little over a mile away. It made it very conducive for the the families, friends to travel down the road to Bel Air here.
Well, really happy that we're welcomed here by Craig Reddish, the athletic director here at Bel Air, and the coaches Larry Chomos and Rich Moyers, who provided us with information. And it's one of those pleasures, Rob, that we get to do these high school sports, because it's what it's all about. Kids not getting paid.
Yeah.
Obviously, they are students first. They've got to maintain a good student average, and then they come out here and play just for the sheer joy of playing.
Absolutely, and it's great to have the athletes back this fall, and the opportunity to compete amongst each other. Back in the buildings, fans back in the stands. It breathes a life into the kids that, being in the school system that was lacking in some points throughout the prior 18 months. It really did not just take a lot out of our students, our staff, our community, our athletes. COVID did drain a lot of people.
And you notice that Larry Chomos was coming to the midcourt and actually yelling at his Bel Air fans.
Yes.
And you can see their reaction. They're saying, okay, Mr. Chomos, we will do what you say. We'll support our team. Right now, a win in this game, and the Bel Air Bobcats are the regular season as well as the tournament champion. If you're Patterson Mill, obviously you need to do what you did in that second game, and that is, to stay to the game, combat the power of Christian Church by being able to shut him off, and try to win this game and force a 5th game. Of course, they're used to that because last night, we keep saying against Hartford Tech, they're down 12-7 in the 5th and final set. And Hartford Tech only needing 3 more points to win and become part of this championship tournament. Instead, Patterson Mill scores a 15-13 victory to qualify to play against the Bel Air Bobcats.
Looks like both coaches pretty much sent out the exact same lineup and rotation for this 4th game as what we saw in the 3rd game.
Need to keep it in play, and they do a great job.
Oh, there's the one ball just off again.
Just a little high on the set.
Yeah, that's the difference there when you're setting.
For somebody who's like 5'9".
Yeah, compared to the 6'6" Christian that set he would have put down, but a shorter player doesn't quite have that as much vertical ability.
Here's Couch. Oh, and it just sneaks over the net.
Play back row play there by Cole Burkhart.
Here's Couch.
Oh, cutting it again. Trying to change. Patterson Mill's moving though. Nice cut again there by Will Pape.
Here's Couch again. And it's in.
It's off the block and in. That's a tough one.
We're tied at 1-1. Obviously, you're looking for momentum early on. Jonathan Drum with the serve. Out. No, in. In's the call. I know the Bel Air Bobcats.
Yeah, the up official's got a great angle on that. It's going to call him over there. I think this might be overruled.
It looked like it was out to me. No.
He's saying that much.
He listed by that much.
I think it was in by that much.
Oh, Maxwell smart. Let's see now. Does it stand?
They're going to call it. They're going to call it out.
The up official overrules, and the up official had a great angle.
He did. It was a little closer to him. But again, it happened so fast.
We talked about the official agreeing. That time they did a great job getting together and getting the call. I think it was the right call.
I think so too.
It looked like it was out from my angle. Couch.
And you can usually tell by the players, the passion that they display. There wasn't a lot of question mark on either side there, so it tends to make you feel that it was the correct adjustment.
From one of the captains on this team, one of the seniors, 4.3 GPA student, tennis player, wants to be an engineer.
Gosh.
Oh.
It was out.
It's out.
That was the only chance they had. That ball was a beautiful set.
3-2 now, back within 1.
Yes.
And again, their best server, Will Pape. Couch gets it over.
Nice dig.
Certainly was by Drum. Pape gets it over. Here's Couch. Again, I've said many times, not only is he a great hitter, but he's got that knack of being able to know when he should sort of dink the ball over.
Yes, and I mean, not only is he a great hitter, he's a great athlete. You can see that with his ability when he's in the air to adjust to a ball.
And we say just a sophomore. Sorry about that, volleyball coaches.
That might be why Larry's smiling all the time.
It's out.
Yep.
Point goes to Patterson Mill, back within 1. Huskies are just not going to go away.
No, we didn't. I didn't anticipate they would. There's definitely fight there.
Josh Shores, oh my. You can see the disappointment as Josh leaves it just a little bit short. Got 11 serve wins and 3 aces on the year. Point goes to the Bobcats, up by 2. Now Couch with the serve. Great hit.
That's Cole Burkhart.
Yeah,
that went right off the top of the double block. That was really, I mean, he just powered it through that block.
42 serve points on the year, 16 aces, 64 kills. Big point. 5-4 now, back within 1. Johnson.
That was a nice hit. Sam Johnson, that left-handed hitter out of that weak side. It's almost like to your strong side hitter.
Yeah.
It's definitely advantaged him cutting on that angle that he did.
Zach Ray with the serve. Zach, a 4.6 GPA student. Oh, now that's an excellent play. That's Jonathan Drum. He goes up over the net, doesn't touch the net, and sort of just dinks it over.
Tipped it in, yeah.
Remember, that net is just, well, you might as well say it's 8 feet tall. You know, it's 7 feet, 11 inches, and 5/8.
Oh.
Point goes to the Bobcats.
Little miscommunication over there on the Huskies' part. They got in a position to make the play, but unfortunately, he got there late.
Rich Moyers with the timeout. He sees it slipping away. This is the key game. The Huskies have to win this game to force a 5th and deciding match, or 5th and deciding game, down by 2-1.
I find it very interesting if you have the opportunity to look at the Patterson Mill bench right now. Rick Moyer's not in this team huddle, team conversation. It's one of the assistant coaches. Rick's having a conversation off to the side with Josh Shores, probably about positioning and making sure they're adjusting to the big hitter, which Christian Couch is going to be in that rotation, I think, in the next turn back to front row, which we've seen multiple times tonight when he gets to that front row, Bel Air setter, Jonathan Drum will just continually feed that ball to him and make Patterson Mill stop him.
Remember, Josh Shores was a young man who made that bad serve last up, and I'm sure that Rich Moyers was telling him, hey, look, don't get down. We're still in this game. Remember, we came back against Hartford Tech. We came back in that second game, and we can do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
The enthusiasm that Larry Chomos builds in his team. I mean, they're jumping around. It's exciting. Kids don't do that just to show off. They do it because they're excited.
Oh, absolutely. And they're a reflection of their coach, too.
Yep.
I mean, that's who Larry is.
Up and over, making a hit without touching the net. Great job by the
Great
Bobcats.
double block there.
Give credit there to number 31, Cayuse Derby. Up and over the net, not touching it. 9-4 the score.
That's a double.
Explain to folks again. We play backyard volleyball. You can actually do that in backyard volleyball.
Absolutely.
It's
ball needs to come out clean. The first hit ball can come out with some spin. That second ball, if you're setting it above your head or making that set pass, it's got to come out clean. No rotation on the ball, just like that.
Johnson at the net.
That never cleared. Yep. Up official caught that one.
Good job there by the up official, Dennis Klein. 9-6. Johnson. Could be long. Is
Yep.
long. 9-7.
Good little run here from Patterson
It
Mill.
really is, yeah. They were down 8-4, now back to 9-7. Here's Johnson. Good set.
Nice adjustment by Will Pape there.
Johnson.
Long.
It's out.
Yep.
Did that touch a Patterson Mill player? Apparently not.
No, he cut it around him. The only thing it could have been is possibly touched the top of the net, but I don't think it even did that.
Back within one at 9-8. Remember, they were down by 9-4 just a moment ago. What a comeback. That's out. We're tied. 9-9. Boy, what a timeout by Rich Moyers. His team has come out, and whatever he said the right thing.
Quick sub here from Bel Air.
Bobcats sending in Jacob Barsom. Jacob is a senior, 4.5 GPA student. Outside hitter, one of the captains on the team. I don't think we've seen him in the game before.
I think this is his first time. Right in, and let's get the ball right to him.
Yeah. Well, great block. Point goes to the Bobcats.
Saying I think someone from Patterson Mill lifted the ball. I'm not sure on that one.
Lead goes back to Bel Air at 10-9. This game was tied at 1, and then the Bobcats went on a run.
The official called on that block when Patterson Mill played the second hit. He called a lift.
No, notice that the captain of the team is talking to the official.
Yeah.
He's allowed to do that.
He's getting clarification because the lift usually has to come off the palm, and he's trying to say, I believe it was Cole Burkhart was saying that ball was played off the forearm, which you can't hold the ball or palm it on your forearm.
This young man, Jalen Johnson.
Oh.
Point to Patterson Mill. We're tied again.
Chip that right into the block.
Cole Burkhart now will go back to serve, the captain. Wants to go into mechanical engineering next year. Also a basketball player and a 4.4 GPA student.
Justin Betton's in for the first time tonight for Patterson Mill.
He's got to go over, and does. Well, nice adjustment. Oh, and point. Does it get over?
Yep. It went over. The problem is Bel Air touched it. And I apologize. It's Jackson Betton who checked in for Patterson Mill.
That ball was going to go over, but the Bel Air Bobcat player went up over the net, and that cost his team a point.
Yeah, he got really aggressive and was a little too close.
Lead now for Patterson Mill. Coming all the way back. Remember, they were down by 5 a moment ago. Whew. Great job by Jonathan Drum.
Great aggressive play there by Bel Air.
We're tied again at 11. So a brief lead there by Patterson Mill. Now back tied again. Young man you talked about, Jacob Barson, unfortunately serves it into the net. Patterson Mill takes its second lead of this third game or fourth game, leading by 12-11. He'll sit down, back into the game. Comes Sam Johnson. Barson, one of the captains on the team.
We're seeing a substitution here for Patterson Mill as well. Looks like Connor Hall's in to serve.
He comes in to serve. What a tough situation to come in, and now they hand you the ball and say, hey, make a good serve. And he does.
Thought you were going to jinx him there.
The announcer jinx.
Yep.
Oh, what
Great
a great
block.
return. It can go over. No, now it's into the stands.
Oh, my.
Great effort by Jalen Johnson.
Yes.
Point Patterson Mill. They take their biggest lead here at 13-11 in this fourth game.
He hit that and it didn't hit a rafter and clear it over. That would have been incredible.
That would have been a play of the night. That would have been on ESPN. Plays of the night. His couch. Ow.
Yeah.
13-12.
Bel Air got caught, or excuse me, Patterson Mill got caught watching the play. Again, there was no block up for him to hit around.
You're telling me I'm going to go up and block that shot? No. I'm absent. Excuse me. 13-12. Oh,
coming our way.
My ball. Good catch. Give me 5. Good job. Saved my life. Thank you. Spectator sitting right next to me reached out and saved my life. Well, not quite, but it was close.
Sounds like good dramatic effect.
Pape with the serve, 14-12.
See if Patterson Mill could do something with this free ball.
Good job by Drum, keep it alive. Couch gets it over. Jalen Johnson, nice dig. Here's Couch. Good set. It's in. Good point.
Line. That was a great hit.
Rob, you talk about a team, a game with teamwork. This certainly is that game.
Oh, yes. There's very little individual play in volleyball. You're dependent upon your teammates throughout.
Will Pape. Nice block at the net, keeping it alive. Pape sets it up. Jalen.
Oh.
The point goes to the Bobcats. They're going to say
shame. That ball wasn't going to clear.
Yeah, Patterson Mill going up to try to make the block. Instead, gives the point to the Bobcats. 15-13. That biggest lead of the night for Patterson Mill in this fourth game. 15-13, a 2-point lead. Stays on the side. Drum keeps it alive. Just seeing some great skill out here. And there's the carry. 16-13. Sub coming in. Coming in to serve.
Looks like Josh Shores.
Josh Shores. Remember, he's a young man who made the bad serve, and Coach Moyers talked to him. Let's see if that talk he had with him made a difference.
Bel Air got Camden Ernest checking in as well.
That's the first time we've seen him. Caden Ernest, the player in for the Bobcats. This time Shores does make that good serve. Got to go over and does.
Really deep hit ball there.
Oh, nice. Oh, it just doesn't get over.
Patterson Mill scurry on that side.
16-14. Looked like it was going to be a good save by Patterson Mill. Just hit the top of the net. Here's Couch. He has such leverage because of that size.
Yeah.
He clears the net by maybe several inches.
Effortlessly.
That could have been out. Great block at the net by Johnson.
Oh.
Beautiful play. Nobody was there. 17-14.
Yeah, caught Bel Air flat-footed. There was a hole there that no one adjusted to or no one rotated to when that ball went to strong side.
This is Lingelbach to serve.
You got Lucas Cooper checking in for Patterson Mill.
Lingelbach sort of smiles and waves to the fans. That's in. What a play.
That was a hard angle hit there.
That's Ernest just into the ball game, gets the point. How big is that for him, huh?
Huge. You can see him trying to cheer his teammates on there.
Ernest, a junior swimmer.
Good serve.
Oh, that's a beautiful
great
play
save by Bel Air.
Wow. What's the call?
Bel Air in the net. Number 9 again.
So that's going to be 18-15, the lead. A 3-point lead.
Yeah, Jonathan Drum got it with his body again.
Couch, who jumps up to set it. Johnson with a nice getting it over the net. Oh, what a kill.
Cole Burkhart.
Cole Burkhart. Burkhart, who is one of the top 42 serve points, 16 aces, also has 64 kills. Lead by 4 now, 19-15 for Patterson Mill. Oh, that is just a great return.
Oh, and then 31 goes into the net.
Drum made that great save.
It was an unbelievable save.
2015.
Lost positioning on the court and just ran for the ball and just running into the net. You see a timeout here by Bel Air.
I mean, Drum just sold out that time in terms of his body diving and making a great return.
Oh, it was an incredible, incredible return on that one.
2015, it is a 5-point lead for the Patterson Mill Huskies. I mean, you talk about this team, they got beat soundly in that third game. They lost that 25-11, and they came out in their behind, and you're thinking, hey, they're going to fold the tent. Look at Larry Chomos trying to encourage his team.
Trying to tell them to be in the ready position, that they're standing around flat foot. You got to be ready for that ball to come back at any point to get down low underneath it. You know, and again, they're making little things here that are making a difference. Patterson Mill's capitalizing on the opportunities they're given. Bel Air is not. You know, that's the difference right now. When they're getting the opportunity for the kill, they are getting it.
And you're seeing on the far corner, Rich Moyers waving his fans. Let's hear some noise. What a comeback here by Patterson Mill. 2015, they're 5 points away from forcing a 5th and deciding game here in this particular set.
Oh.
A little bit of a mishit that's got to go over, and does.
See if Patterson Mill capitalizes on this opportunity. A little off on that pass.
Couch with the set. Here's Johnson.
Oh, the left-hander caught him all again.
Sort of hit the ball off the outside of his left hand.
Yeah, off the outside of his left hand and hit it down the line.
Jalen Johnson coming in. Johnson to come in to serve. 2016 the lead for Patterson Mill.
And he's from the left side here.
And he's a left-hander too. Not a big kid, but he's able to keep that ball low across the net.
Yeah.
Oh, bad hit off the side of the hand. Caden Ernest says, hey, my fault. I'm sorry, you know, that's on me. I'm going to come back. 21-16. It's a 5-point lead. Burkhart with the serve. High floating serve. Johnson. Drum. Couch sets it. Drum set. Here's Johnson. Block at the net. Off his knees. The ball stays on that side and goes to Patterson Mill. 22-16. A 6-point lead, just 3 points away from a 5th and deciding game. Timeout.
Bel Air's final timeout.
I mean, Rich, I don't know how much you paid to get in here tonight, but whatever you paid, it was well worth it.
It absolutely was. The $5 per fan.
I snuck in, by the way. Don't
I
tell
flashed
anyone.
my ID to work because I didn't work here. And I know the principal, so that helped.
What a deal. I got here before anybody else did, so I was able to sneak in. I shouldn't say that because now I'll have to pay on the way out. No,
I
really,
won't turn you in.
Again, I've said it. to Craig Reddish, the athletic director, and Larry Chomos, the coach, and Andrew Kassoff, the assistant coach, and all the people here at Bel Air that just make us feel so welcome. I mean, we go to every school and they roll out the red carpet for us, so to speak. And, you know, it's just this partnership we've had with the Harford County schools. Believe it or not, we are now in our 27th year.
Wow.
Believe that. We're going back to 1994. I guess it's actually 28 years.
Yeah.
Just a happy partnership that we're able to provide these TV games. Our crew from the Harford Cable Network just doing a great job as always. And here we go now, 3 points away from forcing a 5th and deciding game. Johnson. Pate doesn't go across. 22-17.
And on that rotation, Bel Air got Christian Couch back up to their front row, right into the strong side.
And here's this lefty server, Sam Johnson. This time it's a floater. He normally hits that high, that low line drive. Coach Chomos upset about something, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wasn't sure on that one either.
Oh, great kill. Who's that, 21? Is that Sam Lever?
I think it was 28. That was Josh Shores.
Yeah, Josh Shores from that far side. 23-17.
I think we got Connor Hall checking in here, and he'll be back in the serving position if that rotation's consistent.
Connor Hall, the 4.2 GPA track star.
Ooh, that was out.
Out.
That was a close one to take.
Great job by the Bobcats to let that one go.
Again, you heard the team, you heard the bench, sets of eyes. They're right in line with their yelling it.
23-18. Drum with the serve. That ball had to be out by about 3 inches.
That was really.
Couch. Oh,
wow.
Couch. Woo. And
that
he went
block
up over.
Was unbelievable.
Yeah, he was about 10 feet up when he hit that one. 23-19.
He blocked it, it went straight down.
Here's Drum with the serve. Bobcats back within 4 now. From his knees.
Ooh.
Johnson can't believe it.
Yeah, they're calling a lift on that. That was
24-19. This is game point. And the man you want back there, Pate with the serve. He let it go. It's out. 24-20. We're just saying that Pate is the man you want to be there. He's the kill ace for the Patterson Mill Huskies.
Yeah, honestly, all the pressure at this point is on Bel Air. They have no room for a mistake.
Irizani. Dink out. 24-21. Remember, you have to win by 2, so if the Bobcats were to come back and go ahead 25-24, you still have to win by 2. Ooh, just over the net. Still in.
Save.
Can they get it over?
Josh
Yes,
Shores.
they get it over. That's the game point for Patterson Mill.
I'm not sure what they called on that.
They win this 4th game, 25-21, and we will now be forced in. That's the 4th game. We're forced in now to a 5th and deciding game. And what else would you want, Rob Limpert? You come
I
to
wouldn't
the
have
tournament
expected anything
championship.
different.
We're now going to 5, the 5th and final game of this particular match. Wonderful, wonderful competition.
Yeah, that last call, the up official called the ball out because the Bel Air player touched the standard that the official's on and played the ball, which would have been out of play.
Our officials, Dennis Klein, the up official, Chris Simmons, the line official, Todd Bennett and Maria Gray are the line officials, I should say. Chris Simmons is the down official. Done a great job.
He
this
has.
Is not an easy sport to call.
No.
The
and
calls
right now,
are like sort of, very, very close.
Oh, absolutely. Right now, the 2 captains are at the court scorer stand doing the coin toss to see serve side. Again, this 5th game is to 15. Must win by 2. It looks like, I believe Bel Air won the serve. and they are retaining the side they're on, which in that situation, if you're Patterson Mill, you just won that deciding game on that far side. Why not stay there?
Just exciting as can be. 15, as you said, Rob, this game going to 15, the first 4 games to 25. We mentioned that last night Patterson Mill defeated Harper Tech in their 5th and deciding game by 15-13 after being down 12-7.
Correct.
So, I mean, they've got experience at it. Coming back and winning this 4th game after winning the 2nd game. Lost the 1st, won the 2nd, lost the 3rd, won the 4th. They have shown that they are every bit as good as Bel Air. They're giving them no quarter.
No.
So if you're Patterson Mill, now you've shown you can take a punch and get off the mat, so to speak. So if you're Bel Air, you've got to just reassert. And Rob, in a 15-point game, how important is it to get those first point or 2?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
now
15 points.
Larry Summers has taken his team off the court.
Yeah, he's going to take him out of here. I would say in my days, I did the same thing. You got to go out there. You got to get them pumped up. You got to get that message clear to them. They understand the significance of this, and he's trying to hammer it home to them right now. This is it. It's all down to one single 15-point game.
And the young lady who saved my life now has saved us by getting the water. You're doing a nice job over there. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. We should put her on the payroll. Oh, that's right. Forget that. Here come the Bobcats getting the cheers of their fans, and that's not exactly the cheers we're hearing from the Patterson Mill side.
No, it is not.
So interesting. Larry Chomo's taking his team off the court, out of this gym, getting them pumped up, making Patterson Mill wait a minute, and now he's brought his team back on the court. The master tactician.
Oh, yeah. That was done intentionally. Gives his team a little bit more because the down official has to make sure the rotation, the players are in their spot, identifies the talking captain on the court. So that extra 10 seconds end up being an extra 2 minutes.
And Sam Johnson, the server. Big first couple of points here in this 5th and deciding set.
Oh, absolutely.
Drum. Here's Couch. Left-handed dink over.
Really tight set.
That was a good job by Lieber to be able to get that ball over.
You're right back to him.
Here's Couch. Couch for that first point.
Yep.
Well, Sam Johnson has been one of the stars with his service. I like the way he sets up. It's almost like a bow and arrow effect.
You know, he's really smart. He's right in the middle of the court, so it gives him the most amount of error. That's what I've been waiting for all day out of him.
Sam Couch turning to, Christian Couch, I should say, turning to his stands and saying, let's hear it.
Yeah, there was nothing anyone could do about that. Ball was just absolutely smashed.
Key point here for Patterson Mill. They've got to stop this run. Down 2-0.
Out.
Out. 3-0.
Yeah, in this 5th game, a run early can really just take the wind out of another team.
Johnson to serve. Good job by Johnson, Jalen Johnson, making that dig. Good job by Ernest there to keep it alive. Drum with the set. Couch!
And off the block and out of play. Again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Bel Air just keeps continually feeding Christian Couch. And Patterson Mill, they're getting the blocks up, but he's either hitting over it or hitting into it and using the blocker.
Well, give Sam Johnson so much credit. His services have been just great.
Yeah, now you're going to want a timeout here if you're Patterson Mill. There it is.
There it is.
You can't let, I mean, a 5-point run like that where Bel Air has made no mistakes, capitalized on every opportunity that's afforded them. You need to just slow them down, and it's a brilliant timeout on Rick Moyer's part here. You got to stop the bleeding.
Just 10 points away from what would be a tournament victory, a 3-2 win by the Bel Air Bobcats if they can score that last 10 points. boy, if you're Patterson Mill and you're Rich Moyers, Coach Limpert, I'll call you Coach Limpert since you were, what do you tell your team?
Well, right now you need to just get 1 point. You need to get that momentum back on your side. You need to set up a good serve receive here. So he's probably adjusting his players, knows his stronger receivers. He's going to have them in the back and try to set up a play. I would set up, depending on the rotation. Will Pape's been a go-to most of the night. I think in the current rotation that they have, looks like Cole Burkhart's on the back row.
Rob, let me interrupt you just 1 second. You notice that Sam Johnson has been standing back there, the server, all the time that his team has been in this huddle. He knows his job.
Yes.
And that is, you don't have to give me an instruction. Just let me show you what I can do.
Exactly.
Here he goes. His serves have been so accurate. Hard, low.
Oh, and consistent.
Off the fingertips.
All right, that's what Patterson Mill needed. 1 point, one at a time.
Yep. And now they get the serve. They'll send back Pape to do the serving. Will Pape. Will with 32 service points on the year, 12 aces. That's just what they need right now. Here's Couch. Notice how quiet things get. Good job by Jalen Johnson.
Oh, great save.
Good job by Ernest to get it over. Ernest trying to save it. Can't do it. 5-2. Here come the Huskies.
Again, they just need 1 point at a time. Will Pape's a good server, good position for them.
Ernest goes off. New man coming on for the Bobcats.
Zach Ray coming back in for Ernest.
Zach Ray, the junior. Will Pape, senior. Couch keeps it alive, and they get it over.
See if Patterson Mill can capitalize on this free ball. Good set.
Now, how did he do that? Point goes to the Bobcats. They're saying in the net.
I'm not
sure what the call is. It's going to be a Bobcat point.
They're saying one of the Patterson Mill players was fully underneath the net. His foot must have been underneath.
Drum with the serve. 6-2 the score, as you see. Point.
13 was in the net.
Patterson Mill gets the point. Make it now 6-3.
Chip away, chip away.
Remember, they were down 5-0. Here's Couch. Look out.
Yep.
New player in for the Bel Air Bobcats. It's Cayuse Derby.
Getting some more size on that front row.
Back to serve, Ian Irizarry. Whew. That ball was just over the net by an inch. 8-3. Back to a 5-point lead.
Cayuse Derby on the front row did a really nice job of getting up there and not touching the ball or the net.
Out.
That was out, but that looked like it went off of the fingertips of the Couch, but I don't think either of the officials saw it.
Irizarry is just happy he didn't touch the ball because it did go out. Biggest lead of this final game at 9-3.
Cole Burkhart, speaking of captain for Patterson, that was asking for that touch, which is justifiable. I think I saw it too.
Oh, make it 10-3.
Yeah, Rick's in a tough spot here. You're down by 7. You've already used 1 timeout. You want to stop that run again Bel Air's on right now. He takes it.
There is the timeout.
Yep.
Irizarry's done a great job serving. That ball was just over the net by maybe a couple of inches. Notice it's interesting. We said that with Sam Johnson. Irizarry, the same thing. He doesn't go into the huddle. There you see Rich Moyers talking to his team saying, hey, guys, we've come back before. You know, you've got 5 points yet till they win, so let's come back and, as you said, Rob, just 1 point at a time.
Yeah, you're seeing a couple of the Patterson Mill players there. We're talking about that play that there was a touch on that we referenced the prior point. And honestly, as a coach, you're like, you got to get past it. That play's done. It's over.
Can't do it.
You can't get it back. So you got to play the next point. You got to get that next point, and it's critical.
Larry Chomos
down by 7.
Talking to his team. I mean, really seriously, you talk about coaches that you've had in your lifetime. And Larry Chumwas is one of those coaches that you would want your son to have.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he is so enthusiastic. He loves his players. They love him. You know, he's not the kind of guy who's a warm and fuzzy sort of a guy.
Oh, no, never.
He is a very intense young man. You know,
yeah, but he's caring
before
for
the match,
kids.
he's fine. After the match, he's fine. During the match, no.
Yes.
Stay away from Larry. Ian Irizarry, senior on this team. Remember, again, none of these Bel Air High School players played a lick of varsity before this year.
There's one point at a time.
Yep, now it's 10-4. Adam Lingelbach to serve for Patterson Mill. Good job by Patterson Mill to withstand that.
Nice.
Oh, that was. Oh, it came right
Goodness gracious.
to Christian Couch. He says, thanks so much for setting me up there, Mr. Rafter.
And he puts it down about 3 feet in front of the net.
Yeah.
That was an unbelievable hit.
He's jumping really, he's hitting that ball at maybe over 10 feet.
Yeah,
He's coming down by 2 to 3 feet over that net.
Yeah, honestly, he's hit it on the downward trajectory when everyone else is up there.
And Johnson's done a great job with that left hand off that left side. That was Johnson. Bobcats playing great team volleyball.
They are, this might be the best they've played all night long.
Couch
all
with a great
aspects.
left-handed save. Johnson. Let's see what
They're
the
going to call
call
that
is.
against. Oh,
They're giving it to Bel Air.
yeah. I thought the Bel Air player played that ball while it was still on Patterson Mill's side, but the Patterson Mill player was in the net.
12-4. 3 points away from winning the tournament championship.
Oh,
In! Whoa! That ball was in by inches. 2 points away from being the 2021 regular season and tournament champions, the Bel Air Bobcats. You hear a pin drop.
tight.
Johnson,
And still puts it in.
1 point away from celebrating a state championship. We can say it.
Sure.
The only county that has boys volleyball. Couch with that great serve.
Oh,
It hits the rafter.
hits the Raptors.
Patterson point. It's not
You know,
over yet.
and in this 5th game, just on a note, Bel Air did not have a single serving error.
Yeah. That's so important. Johnson at the net. Here's the set. Here's Johnson again. Johnson one more time.
Oh. Oh,
And there it
that's
is.
how it ends.
16-5, the final score. The Bel Air Bobcats have won the 2021 Boys Volleyball Championship tournament as well as the regular season. What a great job for Larry Chomos and his team. Chomos wins his 9th tournament title, his 8th regular season title. What a job by the Bel Air Bobcats.
Absolutely. And we saw many big hits that last game, and for it to end on a top chord hit that rolls over and into a hole where Patterson Mill didn't have anybody. Just a shame for it to end that way. As competitive of his game as it was, Patterson Mill battled the entire way. I know they're disappointed to not have won this championship, but they shouldn't be hanging their heads.
Not at all. The Huskies came back. They lost the first game, came back, won the second, lost the third convincingly, came back and won the fourth, and then were just overwhelmed in this final one. And you said it, Rob, partly because of the great serving that was done by Sam Johnson in particular by Bel Air, and also by that young man, Christian Couch, the sophomore, 6'6". We asked him before, he said, are you taller than your parents now? No,
No.
my parents are still taller than I am, so we're thinking 7 feet maybe.
Oh, yeah.
As a sophomore.
And he's going to fill in. I mean, he's still pretty lanky, so you'd imagine he's going to fill in pretty good here.
And you're seeing how the two teams' sportsmanship, being able to shake hands, congratulate each other. The fans of both groups. There you see the Bel Air Bobcats following their coach, Larry Chomos.
High-fiving their fans that are here.
It doesn't, Rob, get much better than this, seriously.
No, you'd love to see this.
Larry Chomos giving credit to all of the fans who helped build up the spirit of the Bel Air Bobcats. On the other side, you're seeing Rich Moyers with his team being consoled by their fans. They came here to Bel Air. They were certainly the underdogs. They lost the first game, came back and won the second game coming from behind, lost the third game big, and then won that fourth game, and then were just, as we said, overwhelmed in that final game. Rob?
Yeah, Bel Air in that final game played probably as well as good of a game as they possibly could. There was no serve mistakes. Their passing was there. The defense was in position. I mean, that was the best they played all night, and they saved the best for last when it really counted.
We talked about Sam Johnson, number 17, and number 12, Ian Irizarry, who were the great servers. And again, you just keep beating the drum of this young Mr. Christian Couch, number 23, the 6'6" sophomore. He just dominated the entire time. So if you're looking for a most valuable player, you don't have to look too far. Go right to that sophomore, Mr. Christian Couch.
Yeah, Bel Air was smart. You know, when they knew when they had the mismatch early in the first and second game where Christian didn't have the blockers against them, and even the players that were opposite side of the court were no physical match for him. So the setter just kept feeding it to him, Jonathan Drum, as he should have done.
There you see Miss Deb Bossler doesn't have a microphone, but she's the athletic director here at the county, congratulating both teams as the awards are now going to be passed out. I'll ask our director, Mark, how much time we have.
There's a runner-up spot for Patterson Mill.
Patterson Mill finishing at 12-3 now. Actually 12-2 in the regular season. There's Debbie Bossler handing the winning plaque to the state championship Bel Air High School Bobcat volleyball team. Congratulations to the Bobcats, the team that came into the season without any players with any varsity experience whatsoever, put together a 13-1 regular season and then winning this county tournament. Rob Limpert, any final thoughts?
Yeah, always a pleasure, Don. I mean, I enjoy coming out. My wife asked, why do you do this every year? And I said, because I love the sport, love hanging out with my good friend, Mr. Morrison, and love watching volleyball.
And the great thing is I didn't have laryngitis this year, so we didn't have to pull. We thought we'd laugh because about 8 years ago when I had complete laryngitis and Rob had to take over entirely for me. So thanks so much for watching again. Our final here from Bel Air High School. It's the Bel Air Bobcats winning 3-2, winning the County Boys Volleyball Tournament after having won the regular season, winning the first game, the third game, and then winning this fifth and decisive game, that final 15-5, no doubt about it, in the final game. So we're wrapping it up. Thanks for tuning in. Don Morrison along with my partner Rob Limpert. We'll see you again real soon.